So if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you know that Halo Infinite is not in a good place. Just about a week ago, Microsoft announced that they're going to lay off around 10,000 people across all their businesses, and some of those layoffs will affect Xbox Game Studios, the Coalition, Bethesda, and also 343 Industries. Not long ago, news broke that co-founder and at the time head of 343 Industries, Bonnie Ross, is leaving the company, apparently for health reasons in her own family, and at the same time quite a few other employees left as well. Also, Halo Infinite director Joseph Staten reportedly left 343 Industries. So despite all these people being like, yeah, no, we're leaving on our own behalf because it's time to move on, we're looking for a new challenge. From an outside perspective, obviously a speculative one, it feels very much like Microsoft is heavily restructuring that studio, and they are trying to jumble it around, change leadership, and put new people in charge. And if we're looking at the player numbers for Halo Infinite, at least on Steam, we can do that. We don't have numbers for consoles, but we can see why that is happening. Basically, Halo Infinite is a dead game. It currently sits at around 6,000 players, and looking at the gains across the last month, I mean, not even the latest update could bring people back for good. We did see a temporary increase, like a quite significant increase in players, but then immediately thereafter, it fell back to the previous old number. So it's not looking good for Halo Infinite. And all these stories I just spoke about sparked rumors that 343 Industries may lose the lead development role for Halo games going forward. So they would keep working on Halo Infinite, finish that off, supply all the content that's been promised for that game, but then we're moving on to a different studio. However, that rumor has now been debunked because just 2 days ago, we got this tweet from the official Halo account, and it reads, Halo and Master Chief are here to stay. 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great. Pierre Hintze, studio head. So keep in mind, the previous head of this company was Bonnie Ross, and now it seems like Pierre Hintze has taken over for her. Now, it is not as black and white as saying, oh my god, this is terrible news, because 343 Industries screwed up Halo Infinite, and they're surely going to screw up everything going forward. You got to put into consideration what I spoke about earlier. Now, Pierre Hintze is the guy who turned around the Master Chief Collection, right? It had massive technical difficulties. It looked like it's never going to get into a good place. But under the lead of Pierre Hintze, it actually was turned around and turned into like a playable game that people like now, that has a positive reputation. So there is hope now that he could potentially lead 343 into a more positive direction. However, there are downsides to this as well. Like I said in the beginning, the layoffs will affect some employees for 343, and that means they simply will have less manpower to churn out even more content for the game. And on top of that, when you compare the Master Chief Collection and the challenges that Halo Infinite is facing, they are significantly different, okay? It is not as easy as saying, well, the guy fixed Master Chief Collection, surely he will fix Halo Infinite. Because if we look back, the Master Chief Collection had technical issues, okay? The game, when it launched, was almost unplayable, and this is something you can fix. And as soon as it's fixed, you can cash in on that massive nostalgia bonus from all the fans, right? It includes all those games that people love to play, that they're very nostalgic about. So there they are. Now they're playable. They're running well. They're looking better. They're remastered. So you get positive feedback. But that is not the problem that Halo Infinite is facing. Halo Infinite is lacking content. It's not like a technical disaster, but it has completely missed its momentum. The moment where people were excited to play Halo Infinite and were soaking up the trailers and were excited to get all these content updates, that train has just left the station. So I personally think even if Pierre Hintze would manage to turn the studio around and churn out regular content updates, add plenty of content on a regular basis to Halo Infinite, I don't see how it could come back from that lack of momentum, that lack of excitement that is clearly not there anymore within the fan base, especially considering how many other games are out there and constantly new games are coming out. So it's a very different challenge that Halo Infinite is facing when compared to the Master Chief Collection. And I mean, leave your thoughts on that down in the comments. I'm curious to hear if you think they can turn it around and if there is still hope going forward for Halo Infinite. But beyond all that, the bigger news here is that 343 will keep making Halo games going forward. So once Halo Infinite is done and they move, and we can probably assume that they're already working on a new Halo game, but it will be this studio. It will be 343 Industries who will bring us the next Halo game. And opinions on that differ greatly, okay? Let's read some of them. Cavo says, but you ruined Halo. Guys, but you ruined Halo, right? Like I said, opinions differ. It's super controversial, right? Because personally, I had a good time with Halo Infinite. I do think there was not enough content for that game, not enough diversity in the gameplay, in the maps, and the guns and all that. But the core of the game, I didn't hate it, but I'm also not a hardcore Halo fan. But I think there are quite a few people out there who basically think, well, the game wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. So people are defending it, right? Finally, pure cringe. We've distilled pure cringe. XZ Jared says, L. As a content creator, why would you respond like this? Unless you want Halo to die, then that is on you. I would highly suggest showing some compassion and respect for the devs in this situation. Fair point. In Pierre we trust. It sucks those developers lost their jobs and their replacements will inevitably suffer the same fate. 343 Industries hasn't produced a complete/functioning product in the last decade. Everything from the leadership to the culture sucks. Microsoft letting them make more Halo is a travesty. Our expectations for you were low, but holy Halo Infinite is amazing. So you can see the opinions are super diverse, right? Some people love it and have hope and they're not giving up and they say the game wasn't that bad. And other people say, that's it. That's basically the final nail in the coffin for the Halo franchise. Worst news of 2023 and we ain't even 1 month in. Everyone disliked that. No, they didn't. There is no agreement. There is no agreement. Haters' live reaction. Ah, nice hate. I can hate on this. This is great. Some truth to that. I can't deny it. What's going on with this earlobe there? Jeez Louise, man. That's the longest earlobe I've ever seen in my life. Unfortunate. I feel bad for the people who have lost their jobs, but 343 has been an absolute failure as the stewards of the Halo franchise. It's time to pass the reins to someone else. Just give it to another studio already. We don't want 343 Industry Halo. Well, some people do, clearly. Halo is in good hands with 343. The picture. Jesus Christ. Is that like an attempt of getting like a Wolverine? I don't even know what's going on here. Great news, Halo fans. Nothing will change. Well, that's just not accurate, okay? Because they just put in new leadership. They jumbled the whole company around. I'm sure they're restructuring a lot of it internally. So a lot of things will change. I mean, I don't know if that's going to translate to the game, but there are certainly some indicators that some stuff may change going forward. Fixed it. We don't care about Halo. Pierre Hintze, studio head. Imagine them putting out that release. They do care. Look, it is a huge franchise for Microsoft and Xbox. I think they are suffering from that as well. They want Halo to flourish and live up to the expectation that players have towards that brand. And the fact that Halo Infinite has so underperformed in terms of popularity is definitely something that Microsoft and Xbox are not happy about. They do care about the franchise, but I think at the moment they are a little bit like puzzled and don't really know how to take it forward. And to be honest with you, I personally also don't know whether it would have been a smart move to put it to a different developer, right? To now remove it from 343, who have all the assets, who have been working on it, who know the brand, who have the staff, who are very familiar with the Halo franchise, and now to bring it to a completely different studio because you're taking another risk, right? That studio may have no clue, and their interpretation of what Halo is could be completely different as well. At least with 343, you have people who already delivered one Halo game, even though it wasn't what many people wanted, but you can build from there, right? You can address the mistakes and you can say, look, that didn't go down well, that was not good, we need more of this, and then you can hopefully move forward from there. So all these people screaming for like, just put it to a different studio, I don't, to be honest, they also have no freaking clue what that actually means. Let them do the next. id Software. Ooh, oh my god. An id Software Halo. That would be a completely different beast, I'd imagine. I'm not even sure that is a feasible idea, but Microsoft does own ZeniMax, which is the parent company of id Software. So technically they do own id Software and they could give this franchise to them. I don't know. What do you guys think? Where should this go? Should the Halo franchise stay with 343? Should they move on to a different studio? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm very curious to hear them. Also, if you want to discuss this with like-minded people, then please join our Discord. The link to that is down in the description as well. I'm hanging out there. Loads of other cool people are hanging out there. It's like a really friendly community, and I would appreciate if you would join it. It's obviously completely free. Also, please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel on your way out. I appreciate your time watching the video. I see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Bye.